Hello and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to uninstall your door cards in your NB Miata. This could be necessary for doing multiple things like changing out your speakers, installing some aftermarket door panels, or switching out your mirrors. Speaking of which, as a bonus feature of this film, I'm going to be showing you how to install a set of mirrors as well. So take for example here our M2 style side mirrors for NA and NB Miatas that we sell on our site. I'll be installing those today. The reason why we have to take our door cards for that off is they are power mirrors that you need to get to the power plugs to. I'm pretty sure when the first mirrors are installed, I simply just snip the freaking harness for no reason. I don't know, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this, and we'll go ahead with the removal of the passenger side door. Let's get to it. Alright. So, the only two things you're going to need here for uninstalling door cards is Phillips head screwdriver and probably a flathead screwdriver, but I actually have a pin remover that I'm going to go ahead and use. That's it. That's really all you need. This is a pretty damn easy procedure. The reason why I'm making these videos is, sometimes it's a Miata. Most likely it's someone's first project car they're just getting into. So figure I'll make a quick video on how to do the simple stuff as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and clip in here. All right. So we go ahead and start popping off some of our plastic pins here. And then the screws, I've got a small one here, I've got this guy here, and one more back here as well. But I want to unclip all the pins first. So there are two, one on each door here. Don't mind all the crap here. That was from working on this car. Oh, these ones are just pretty simple to take out. I remember on the other side they were a bit more difficult, but yeah, there's only about 3 clips here. You've got the small Phillips head on your door handle cup. And you've got 2 big ones on your door pole here. And they are at an angle. So it gets a little weird to get into, but once you feel it, yeah, so this is about the angle of which it's going at here. Yeah. So this will only be the first video here of removing these door panels. I'll probably reuse this clip in future videos as well when I go ahead and install the LRB Speed door panels. And I also need to replace my speakers. I took it out for the maiden voyage recently and found out that both speakers are blown. Fair enough. Happens. Alright. And this guy, I'll probably just let that hang out in there. So other than that, it is secured by push pins into the door, which you'll simply give a small tug, and those will all pop out fairly easily. A little more easier for some than others if these have been removed in the past. Both of those actually just fell out. And lift up and remove. The only other thing remaining here appears to be the tweeters, which I imagine some earlier NB generations might not have them, but there we go. And there'll be a small clip here you'll want to hit and remove. And that's it. That is a removed door panel. Yes. So that will conclude the segment of how to uninstall your door cards. Yeah. If you'd like to see how to install some side mirrors, continue watching. Other than that, well, I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. There'll be more videos to come. For you sticking around, let's go ahead and see how to remove these side mirrors, shall we? Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually the first time I'm removing the side mirrors in an NB Miata. I actually have not done these. Super similar to the NAs. I mean, you'll simply twist the whole housing, revealing the two mounting screws. But we also have the power switch here as well, which I feel like is this guy. Oh, I am gonna have to take this off, and this is totally gonna get messy. So let's pop back in. Let's start seeing here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. As I said, it simply twists, and this housing is broken. So this is actually one other reason why I want to check this out. So you got your one screw here. I'll remove that. Basically, once I have this out, it'll wiggle around a little more and give me a better look at, yes, and it'll flip the other way as well. It'll give me a better look at just where the pigtail is going. Oh man, that really wants to be a pain in the butt, doesn't it? I'm not trying to script out a screwdriver here, so I think I'm gonna get a smaller flathead and get back in there. Yeah. All right, so I was able to get a smaller flathead screwdriver in there and get that guy out. That was a fighter indeed. Looks like both sides are good to go. Okay. I won't let that dangle around too much, scratch a bunch of stuff up. So I will come around here and see exactly where this is dangling here. Here's a bunch of stuff. I will let that hang. And, I didn't feel like taking all this up because it gets mighty goopy. But all right, so basically with two hands I was able to get back there, push that button and pull that straight out. And then there you have it. Your mirror has been removed along with my broken housing. The other piece you will stick back up in there and stick it back into this pin, you know, wherever that went. Simple enough. Because you don't want that rattling around their door. That's no good. You don't want a bunch of unnecessary rattles if you could do without. So put that back. And next up, we're going to go ahead and install our aftermarket mirror in here. Show you how that goes. All right, so these are our M2 style mirrors. Basically, they're mirrored after The old school, I think they're called Vitali mirrors, made in Italy, and it came on the early M2 model Roadsters. I'm just going to do a simple demonstration on exactly how this works. I am missing the, the bottom, cushion piece that goes with this, but you would install that before there. But we do include these cap top screws, and there's one other thing that we really need to do before installing this. I just want to make a quick note, is tighten these two pieces, these two Phillips head screws, as much as possible. So basically this is what tightens it from being all loosey-goosey, and when you hit a bump it'll just fall over. This is probably one thing that people miss the most, and then end up complaining about the mirrors being loose or drooping down. That's it. So basically you will put it as in position as you possibly need it to be in order for you to see it in your driver's seat. And then as well as the inner mirror, moves side to side pretty easily. You have to apply some force, but it shouldn't be much to break it or anything like that. But you'll end up putting these screws in. And again, this is just simple demonstrations. Woo. And I forgot my screwdriver over there, of course. So let's go get that. And I've got a hex key on the end of this. What size is that, by the way? A 5. So number 5 hex key. And I want this to be in place. Like I said, this will already have been set in motion because it's very loose right now. I want to set it as well as possible. Should be something like that. And so this could set two ways, basically sitting out from your car, and you want it that way. So let's see how it looks from the driver's side. Not too bad. I'll take some adjusting. Roll that mirror down real quick. Alright. So this does need to be up, but it does have good view, and then this can be moved for the minor adjustments. Yeah, I actually like that tilted upwards more. Not bad. And of course we'll have to do that side next. But that is about how the installation goes for the passenger side M2 style mirror. Not too bad.